Hello and welcome. Welcome. I love having this moment where I get to reconnect with all of you. And for those of you who might be new to our festivities today, we're really about shifting from stress, anxiety, fear to love through the power of presence. And I've been aware recently of how incredibly powerful presence is. And I think that as we move more and more into presence, that actually radiates and creates a palpable experience that others can tap into. And so, one of the things that I wanted to have you tune into as we're beginning today is how permeable you are to love. I was remembering that wonderful song, Love is All Around Us, which was, a part of Love Actually many years ago. And I really thought, well, that's actually true. Love is all around us. And how do we experience it? And so the words that were coming to me were that we refresh, replenish, and reconnect. And we do that both through love scoops and also through the loop of awareness, where we're really shifting our attention and allowing that refreshment to occur. So, one of the things that people don't think of is we send our attention out generally. And we don't realize that the refreshment can come back to us. And so I'd like you to first just simply shift your attention. In fact, just open and close your eyes. We do that through blinking, but if you just purposefully open and close your eyes, just realize how easy that is. Now, and when you're opening and closing your eyes, other things keep functioning. So it doesn't stop everything going on inside you. You're simply opening and closing your eyes. And when you let your attention shift, just let your attention, as you're opening your eyes, let your attention move out. And notice if it actually moves out or if you're just opening your eyes and your attention, you're not directing your attention, you're simply opening your eyes. So if you open your eyes and you did a little toss with your attention, just you opening your eyes, you do a little toss with your attention. And then at first, I'd like you to close your eyes and bring your attention back. It's like an attention love scoop. So when you're letting the attention come back, where does it want to land? Where would you like attention? And we usually do that from our mind. We think, well, I think I need some attention here, or I'm a little tight here. But what if you let your body speak directly? So when you open your eyes, let your attention, just toss your attention out. And when you close your eyes, let your body tell you where your attention would like to land. And mine just said, under my left armpit. So that's why I'm just going to let my attention land. It's not like, excuse me, we're in polite company right now, but let your body tell you just exactly where it wants attention, and then let it settle there. Because the other image, well, I'll say that for a moment. So now I'd like you to see if you can let yourself just toss attention out, and then with your eyes open, let it come back to you. So usually when we give attention to ourselves, we go inward and it breaks connection with the outer world. So it's possible to have your attention go out, and that expands your presence, and then letting your attention come back to you, which expands your inner presence. So see if when your attention comes back to you, you'd allow it to land and expand your inner presence. Because I like to also, when I let it land, then my body wants to respond. So if your body wants to wiggle or stretch or ooze in some way, go ahead and let that happen. So you're tossing your attention out, and this time I particularly caught the color. There's the color of a sort of a flame colored succulent that went kind of, woohoo, look at me. And then bringing your attention back to you. I also find when I'm beginning to practice that using my hands really helps. First of all, it involves my whole body rather than just getting caught in my head. And secondly, it allows me to give and receive with my whole body brain. So let yourself practice different ways of tossing your attention out. I'm going to let mine toss out to the side now, and then come back in to the sides of me. And I'm feeling this kind of slinky motion. You know, we used to have those slinkies that we'd have go down the stairs. And I feel a kind of a slinky motion down the sides of my body, which is quite delicious, that I'm letting myself participate with. So tossing out and landing, and then tossing back to you and letting your body respond to that rich, the presence of your own attention. Beautiful. And let yourself experiment with some big ways of doing that, some little ways of doing that. There are so many qualities of attention that we could play with, but one of my favorite is widening and focusing. So that you can, when I want to take in like the whole landscape, when like all of our mountains had snow on them. So I wanted to have a wide, like, no, because that hasn't happened in like 50 years. So we were going, whoa, and widening our attention to take that in. And sometimes you want your attention very focused. Like if you're trying to fasten a necklace, you want your attention very focused, but also pretty delicate. So you're not going to kind of go after that necklace. So letting the attention widen, and maybe focus on something like I'm focusing on this beautiful succulent, and then widening as it comes back to me, and then focusing on some area, like the left side of my neck is going, yeah, I'd like just a little extra attention here. So I'm actually going to do a love scoop in there and really focus my attention. And my hand is enjoying feeling the vibration of my voice as I'm giving attention to me. That's very cool. So playing with all of that. Now, let yourself make it really mini. So you're doing it with your awareness. So you could be doing it, while you're driving. You could be doing it at a meeting, that you're letting your attention go out and widen, and you're letting your attention come in and widening and focusing. So there are many more dimensions, but this is really one of my favorite, because I think all humans need to be able to give very focused attention. Like if you're listening to somebody, you want, for me, I want both my widening and my focus. So I want the widening to be able to receive them and to be able to respond, but I also want the focus so that I'm listening to what they're saying, what's underneath what they're saying, the feelings that might be going on, my responses. So then it becomes a kind of a dance. And that dance, I find if I let my body fully respond, that the connection, the remembering, the refreshing is so much juicier. Because part of our giving and receiving attention that we've learned in pay attention is to get stiff, to not move, to not breathe, and basically not to notice. So when you're letting your whole body receive and respond, the exchange is so much richer. And the image that was coming to me, I don't know if you've had the experience, I'm imagining that you have, is when you're getting ready to go to sleep, like I lie on my back when I'm getting ready to go to sleep, but then there's this something that happens where my body gets snuggly, and there's that, I got to turn over on my left side and I sink into the bed. There's that, receiving. That's the deliciousness that with which you can receive attention, letting it sink in with that kind of delicious, I'm at home. I can let go. I can receive. I can refresh. Yeah. And see if you'd be willing to add that into your tossing of that. To me, it's also like the water, when we're having a light rain, how the water sinks in, and you can see that it's refreshing, but it's also meeting, and there's a kind of a little hug going on there with the water. And see if you'd be willing to have your tossing, your widening, and your focusing, and you're receiving, you're widening, and you're focusing. If that focusing can be watching for and responding to that, that letting go moment. When our cat Greta is ready for that, she does what we call a falling tree flopsy. She just goes thunk over, and I can hear her landing from the other room. But when Allie, our other cat, is ready, she kind of does a bustle, and she falls over, and there's that kind of, I'm ready to receive. So I wonder if you would, when you're bringing attention back to you, if you'd be ready, you can actually say it out loud to yourself. I'm ready to receive. I'm ready to receive. And you can tune into, do you want a wide kind of full body, big wave of receiving? Or do you want a delicate into one little place where you're getting just that quality of very careful, conscious, receptive attention for you, just exactly what you want, that quality? Or when you get your pillow just right, because also when I turn on my side, my pillow is often just not quite right. So I have to adjust it just a little bit so it gets in under there. So you can adjust your attention that way too. Because we kind of go, you should just get the attention you receive. Just be satisfied with what attention is available. Don't be a little piggy. So if you were to let yourself be a happy little piggy and open to receiving just the kind of attention that you want, take a moment and listen to your body, to today, with what's going on in your life right now. What kind of attention would you most like? And then see, would you be willing to receive that? And would you be willing to give that to yourself right now so that you set up a model for others of what you would like to receive by energetically opening and giving that to yourself? So I want you to just take a moment to do that. I just want you to know, when I started talking about Greta, she appeared. Like, what? You wanted me? I love that about our girls. And also I wanted to let any of you who have been following the Gaze Leg Odyssey know that he's up in at the rehab facility here in Ojai now. So he's only 5 minutes away, and I can take him goodies and I can basically go there. It's been such a wonderful study for me in what's really needed, because often what's really needed is that he just wants to see my face. So presence and the giving and receiving of love, that's the basic nutrient. And so he's going to be there for another couple of weeks, and then he'll be coming home, and we'll do the rest of his rehab at home. So he's quantumly better, and he's better enough to start telling the nurses to not wake him up, to give him a medication. So they haven't seen Gay be mad yet, but I was like, okay, people, change is about to come. So I wanted to also appreciate your loving connection, because we're all doing fine. The cats have settled and I've settled, and so yeah, love really is all around, and I appreciate you sharing it with us. And I love our community meetings. And so I want to now just see what our Presence Connect play has for us today. I love the element of discovery and surprise in the app, that and that we can practice, but that it's always a little bit of a new combination. So the presence invitation is notice your breath with a and the is such a great opener, shifting you from critical brain to wonder brain. So if you and just notice your breath. I find that the really opens my breath so that I can receive it. And mine closed down again now, so I'm pulling this back up again. And connect is loop and shift your attention. So we've been practicing that, and so it's a great time to review that. The invitation this week is to widen and focus for you, and with your responding, to let your body respond as well as your mind, because it will allow you to have just more whole body presence. And when you're looping and shifting your attention, it allows you to connect, and then you can receive and give more love and attention with others, not just you. You're not here by yourself. Oh, and then play is let your body get heavy and then light. It's kind of like the widening, the focusing, excuse me, phlegmy, widening and focusing of your attention. You can also let your body play with weight. When you're playing with your weight, what you're doing is playing with your impact. And sometimes, just like the analogy I was using of a necklace, if your body is heavy, go ahead and let your body get heavy, and then try and fasten a necklace. Now let your body get really light, as if it's being held up by balloons. And notice that if you were going to fasten a necklace, that using your attention in that light way is much more effective. Now, if you were wanting to move something, an obstacle, out of the way, we actually teach people how to let their body be strong, but that's a complicated thing. But if you let yourself just feel your weight, and then use your weight to move something, it's very powerful for the impact of your attention. So you can play with what we call strong and light, or really letting yourself be in certain conversations. If someone is experiencing something, they're having a lot of feelings, you probably want to let your body weight be kind of light and flexible and moving around, rather than what's the matter with you. So the playing with the playing with how you play has everything to do with how you're using your attention. And when you let your body support you, you really have a whole orchestra of moves that you can use that deepen your presence, connect, and play. So those are some invitations for you for this week. And thank you so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you next week, or whenever we have a chance to connect again. And you're welcome to stay on the call and share with each other as you like. Thank you so much. Until next time.